And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Grand Platypus Open number 88, our bi-weekly Oceanic, Southeast Asian, Asian in general tournament that we do host. Welcome everyone to our second broadcast of the day, and massive shout out to Baby Links. Thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate it because we have quite a series before us. Oh my god, it feels so good to once again be in our own region because we have a banger of a series. And spawning in the top right hand corner, as you can see right here right now, we have the last King of the Sea from the land of Vietnam, representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of altitude, we have his opponent. We have from the land of the Philippines, representing himself but on the rise, it's the Blue Protoss. It is DaSh. And I will fix that. Oh my god, but once again, it is good to be back here. GPO, oh, it feels like home. Once again, Bobby, once again, feels good, man. And oh, we don't just have a raid, we also have a subscriber. Thank you so much, Phaser213, for resubscribing for 3 months. Thank you so much. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. We have a pool first opener by MeomaikA, by the way, on altitude. He's crazy. But I will fix the overlay so you can see who is playing. Boom, there we go. The King of the Sea, of course, the king of our region of Southeast Asia, MeomaikA himself. He's been playing in ESL Masters, or he is of course in that main event for the Asia region, was invited. And yeah, that has impacted our signups a little bit. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket. We have a lot of really high quality players, but we're missing some. I was talking to Go Joey before the tournament started, and he was letting me know that he is playing against Rex today. He's playing against the Taiwanese Zero player Rex in ESL Masters in a couple of hours, and he didn't want to play and then like forfeit in the semis or forfeit in the finals. Go Joey is last week's champion, so he doesn't want to, like, you know, have a deep run and then forfeit and like kind of take away from us like what would be a good game. So he didn't want to risk it, so he has opted not to play today. Oh, but we have plenty of other players before us instead. Oh, look, oh, it's beautiful. Vamonos, Bobby, vamonos. We have that lovely Platypus. Links are going to be moving out across the map as it was a pool first opener. Again, MeomaikA just playing it out a little bit safer here. Oh, as our settings are not quite correct. There we go. Beautiful. Link's gonna get cleaned up here in the main base, but we get a full scout. We get confirmation of the gate expand of the Stargate follow-up as well, so everything is on the up and up. And MeomaikA, I haven't had the luxury of casting him in a long time. For those who don't know, he actually has a full-time job now. He does, you know, do other things other than play StarCraft in current era, in current year, so he isn't as available to compete in weekly tournaments as he once was. He's a lot more busy with his schedule, unfortunately, but we are fortunate enough to actually have him here today. We can cast him, we can see him, we can watch him, Bobby. Oh. We can watch him. It's beautiful, Bobby. It is beautiful. Let's go, let's go. As for the time being, MeomaikA has been playing pretty standard. I mean, obviously it was a pool first opener, but that's MeomaikA. He does pool first in every single matchup. From here, though, he's going into double Evo chambers. Excuse me. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar, MeomaikA, he's the best player in the Southeast Asia region and Oceanic region as well for the past couple of years. He has earned that title, and yeah, he has a very unique play style. Quite often, he's very fond of the Hydra. He's very fond of Hydra pushes in a lot of matchups against Terran and Protoss specifically, but he doesn't just go for that. He also has some really Ling-heavy styles, and this is looking to be the case. We are prioritizing +1 melee and +1 carapace. Interesting. +1 carapace, you don't see it too often in this matchup just because of the high damage output of a lot of Protoss units. So carapace is usually left by the wayside. So interesting choice here by MeomaikA to go for 1-1. And I'm curious if this is going to be a 2-2 timing, because MeomaikA does go for these like mass +2 Ling heavy styles straight into ultras against Terran. And I should say it's not like he plays like he rushes into Hive or anything. He just stays on Lings for so long. It's crazy. And he often overwhelms Terran players. Oh, as he does threaten that third base, but with the power of the Oracle, DaSh does defend. He did go for a Stargate opener into an Oracle. Pretty standard stuff out of our Filipino player. Just going towards our third base. So this is probably a good thing for MeomaikA. I said this a couple of days ago when we were casting, I think it was Hon Mono or maybe a different kind of player, talking about how really MeomaikA thrives when his opponent plays standard, when his opponent plays normal, because then MeomaikA can really accentuate this kind of diverse play here that he has at his disposal. Like, he can really like catch your opponent off guard. But for those who don't know, DaSh is MeomaikA's practice partner. DaSh has been improving a lot. I remember when DaSh was Masters. I remember when DaSh was Masters 3 a couple of years ago. He used to play in our online tournaments. We had amateur tournaments for the region, for the scene, for Masters players, and we also had tournaments for Diamond players. And DaSh used to play in those. And recently, over the past 6 months, over the past 12 months, he has broken into GM, and now he's sitting at like 5.6K. DaSh has been just improving so much recently, and it's been really cool to see both DaSh and Leo Rusher really improve over time and kind of, yeah, come into their own. So again, he does play against MeomaikA quite a bit. They do practice together, and we'll see if DaSh can keep up here as we have Lings rushing across the map. 1-1 is now done for Meo. He's going to be taking his third base. Hasn't droned up too heavily as he's focusing on these Lings. He gets us around on some of these pylons, does force the Pulsar Beam. Again, due to this Oracle, we can't really do too much, but we're going to be threatening the natural base. We have Banelings on the way. MeomaikA cutting workers here at 64. There is that 2-2 that we were talking about. He isn't looking to end the game, but he's looking to cripple the economy. The Baneling's going to be waddling on in towards that third base. We have a couple units in position, but where's the reaction? The Oracles. Oh, the Banelings do detonate there with that shield battery. We do have the boys being pulled. Oracles will eventually clean this up. The probes are surviving. Ooh, as they do force the High Templar to be morphed into the Archon as well. They will get a Stalker and a couple of these gateway units, but the economy is safe. The economy is secure. But MeomaikA, he doesn't give a damn. He did drone up behind this. Again, a little bit more. We do see 2 more workers on the way. We're taking additional gases. 2-2's coming in. We have an infestation pit. He is going Ling into Ultras. Calling it now. Oh my god, he's taking bases so quickly as well. Jesus. We have a 5th and a 6th base on the way, double expanding as we speak. We see DaSh has been stuck at home because of all this Ling aggression, and somehow, someway, MeomaikA is taking control of the map, and he's got a decent economy behind it. And again, because he's not really making too many Banelings, he's mainly focusing on Ling production. He has the gas to take up. He has the gas to go for that infestation bit, to go for that Hive. Speaking of that, Baneling speed is on the way. We're still waiting for the timing of that Hive. Should be upon us shortly here, as MeomaikA is going to be droning up a little bit further, getting towards the 80 worker count, which again is not something he does too often. And there we go. The Hive is on the way. Oof. On altitude, he did have a lot of freedom to this as well. Again, DaSh going for a more defensive, passive style. Is taking into Archons, trying to get his 4th base up and running, but no Prism, no aggression. Oof. The Oracle goes down as it does dip into the main base. Did throw off a Revelation, does confirm the Hive, is aware of the Ultras. And how is DaSh going to respond? He's throwing down another Robo. He's throwing down 5 gates as well. Oh, that's actually the first Robo. Immortal production is a ways off. Oh my god, Lings against Ultras, Lings against Archons, you don't see that too often, for good reason. This is an efficient trade for DaSh. Oh my god, we lose a lot of Lings there. 107 Lings have died this game, my god, it's crazy. And only 2 Banelings. But yeah, not the most efficient fight from MeomaikA, but he wanted to put the fear in his opponent. He wants DaSh to stay at home, he needs the freedom. Hive is finished. Adrenal Glands and 3-3 should be on the horizon. There we go. 3-3 is on the way. Show us the Ultra Cabinet. Show us the Adrenal Glands. Again, MeomaikA has been playing around with this style as well, to be fair, with the mass Ling Bane into Ultra. Here we go, Ultra Cavern is on the way. Banelings are rolling on forward as well. They're going to be detonating on the Archons. Not the most ideal connections there. We have 4 Oracles. We have a lot of Archons. The Archons are going down, but again, efficient trades for DaSh. I do really appreciate that he invested into rebuilding the 3rd Oracle and making a 4th Oracle as well, and now DaSh is going for a counterattack. No Prism, so oh, no, sorry, yeah, there is a Prism with the army, so he can reinforce. Ooh, does block himself a little bit. DaSh has to be careful. Ling Bane going to be getting ready here for another big engage. It looks like this hatchery is going to be going down. No drones are available, though. No economic damage. Lings roll on in. They do get a surround on one of those Archons. Oh my god, and the 2-2 Lings, they're able to overcome the ground army. The Archons go down. The gateway units are barely holding on. Oof, those Oracles are doing so much work. And DaSh is going to be able to keep on pushing, but with the death of those Archons, I believe reinforcements should be enough. There's Adrenal Glands also on the way. No Ultra upgrades yet. Again, MeomaikA still trying to hold on, but you know what? DaSh, he smells blood right now. He knows that MeomaikA doesn't have a lot to work with. He's struggling to really get these Lings up and running. Oh my god, DaSh, he's so close to breaking him. It looks like the Zealots are being cleaned up. We are running out of energy on the Oracles. We don't have enough. Oh, and DaSh even leaves his army a little bit idle. There we go. He's going to be turning back around. We see MeomaikA with the momentum rushing across the map. He's rebuilding his 6th here right next to his opponent. One of his opponent's bases. Oh my god. We're going to surround on the cannon. There's not much at home to defend. Again, these Oracles don't have a lot of energy. We have Archons, but they were out of position. They were at the linear 3rd location. Oh. Ultras are on the way. No Ultra upgrades yet. Ultras nonetheless. DaSh's economy is looking good, but he did lose a lot of his army in that big push. He needs to buy time to rebuild. Honestly, what would be amazing right now is Skytoss. If we transition to Skytoss, that would be beautiful. But this Gratos army isn't too bad either. We're going to Archons, we're getting to Immortal production. We could do with a 2nd Immortal. The Hive was scattered earlier. DaSh should be aware that Ultras are on the horizon. And we don't really have an answer to the Ultras. We've got 1 Immortal. 1 Immortal being produced at a time. Archons can be okay. Just okay, though. Thankfully for DaSh, we don't have Katniss Plating. We are lacking some of our Ultra upgrades. We still need more time, and here we go once again. Zelta doing a great job at just tanking for these Archons. Ultras are trying to break them through, but that 1 Immortal is going to town in the back line. Oof. Yo, 2 Archons remaining. That Immortal is looking a little bit exposed. The Lings are coming in for a surround. Another Archon goes down. Oh my god, and it looks like we have enough. It was not the wisest of choices here for DaSh to move out. He didn't really have too much of a standing army. I understand the pressure that was on him to move out, but alas, it is not meant to be. Looks like MeomaikA has finally done it. He has broken through the army of DaSh. Finally getting into a mineral line as well. Probes are falling left and right. These 3-3 cracklings, they're cracked, Buffy. They're cracked. Oh. Have a little bit of Prism Micro there, but in the end, it looks like MeomaikA has too much. GG gets called, and MeomaikA takes game number 1. Ooh. Damn. GG, well played. Oh, and that is the wrong background. My apologies. We are not in WTL. Oh, I was casting a KSL with that. Oh, hold on. There we go. There we go. Oh, I'm back in space, back amongst the planets, and it's good to be back here. Again, GG, well played to MeomaikA. Really interesting style, going just 1-1, pure Ling, only a handful of Banelings, just applying so much pressure, not really droning up too much until he knows he has map control, and every now and then he goes for bursts of like 8 to 10 workers at a time as he techs up the Hive, gets 2-2, gets 3-3. Yeah, this is a really risky way to play, obviously, especially if your opponent is maybe a little bit more aggressive with charged on Archon. So it can be a risky way to play, but he had so much freedom on altitude. He had so much breathing room as well. Ooh. Yeah, those speedlings just choking DaSh out. Ooh. And yeah, with that, MeomaikA takes the first game. As we get into game number 2, do I expect MeomaikA to do that again? I wouldn't, but we have another large map. We're going to be loading into Gresvan. I mean, I guess technically smaller than altitude, sure, but not by too much. So because of that, maybe MeomaikA could have a little bit of breathing room and maybe feel like he could do the same thing again, or we could be seeing something a little bit more hydro-focused. The MeomaikA of old, if you will. The MeomaikA of old. Let's find out. Oh. There we go. Just making sure the logo is correct there for Meo. And yeah, game 2 is going to be on Gresvan. Again, not as large as altitude, but more of a macro-oriented map here. There are definitely bases to take advantage of to try and turtle up and get into a bit of a later game. But spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gresvan, we have the the last king of the sea himself. We have, hailing from the land of Vietnam, representing Team Gosu, it is MeomaikA. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresvan, we have his opponent from the land of the Philippines, the Blue Protoss. It is DaSh. Overall, I think DaSh's army composition was good. We saw him trade so efficiently. I kind of wish that I checked the units lost tab at the end of that game to see exactly how many Lings died from the side of MeomaikA. Like, DaSh was trading so efficiently with his Archons, with his Charge-Outs, with his Oracles as well, but after his first push kind of fell on its face, or just barely wasn't enough, I feel like he had to calm down a little bit, back off, stay on 4 bases to rebuild. I do think that he pushed out a little bit prematurely. He thought that maybe he had more momentum than he really did after killing like the first 2 Ultras, and he thought maybe he could keep pushing, but that really was his downfall. Up until that point, he was ahead economically. You know, he had a solid economy, just had to rebuild that army. As we're now getting into game number 2, and we'll see if DaSh can adjust. We'll see if MeomaikA has something else to offer. As I quickly do fix up these colors. Man, oh, there we go. Feels good, man. Feels good. Just making sure that the overlays are showing the names, just so people know what's going on. There we go. As we have another pool first opener here from MeomaikA. As to be expected, he goes pool first in almost every matchup. I've only seen, yeah, again, MeomaikA typically goes hatch first, like in ZvZ, for example. Like, he's a lot more, he can be a little bit more standard in his openers in that matchup. But against Protoss, he feels safer going for the pool first. Just makes 2 Lings, gets a couple of Queens out as well. No big commitment into Lings. He's just mainly being safe. Being safe, making sure he doesn't get cannon rushed, making sure he doesn't get cheesed. He's willing to put himself a little bit behind economically in favor of being very defensive and safe early on. Ooh, as we are skipping Ling speed and we're going into a very fast lair. 2-base lair. What could this be for? So, what does the lair provide us? Nidus? Sure. What else? Mutaplay. If we take more gases, we can go for Aspire. This gives us access to Dropper Lords. There's potential there. You know, we could morph in a couple of Dropper Lords to try and slip into the main base. The Overlord is repositioning here closer to the right-hand side. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. Let's have a look. Well, the problem with Dropper Lords or Nidus is that we don't have Link Speed. We skipped out on Link Speed to go for a faster lair here, so yeah, I'm a little bit perplexed. Infestation Pit? No, there we go. We are going for the Nidus. So we're going for a slow Ling Queen Nidus all in. Oh boy, this is very MeomaikA. Who needs Ling speed, Poppy? Nah, mate, the Lings are as fast as they need to be, okay? When you're across the map and already on top of your opponents. We do see across the map a pretty standard opener. It looks like DaSh is being safe. He throws down a safety shield battery here at his natural, going for a Stargate opener. Oh boy, but he doesn't really have much else back at home. He's going for a third base. He doesn't realize how much danger he's in, as the Nidus is on the way. Queens whirling on into the main. We haven't quite pulled out a gas, but Lings are going to be flooding on in as well. We haven't seen this. We haven't spotted this. This could be over before it began. The Nidus has arrived into the main base of DaSh. Lings are flooding on out as well. They're going to have a hard time keeping up with these probes, but you know what? They can just go for the Nexus itself. And there we go. We go straight for the base. Doesn't even care. And if the Oracle does threaten, we have plenty of Queens to defend. So this is going to be forcing DaSh into 2 bases, but wow, we have another Nidus here on the low ground. Does DaSh notice? It looks like he will. Looks like he will deny the Nidus here, at least the second one. Meanwhile, the Stargate is under threat, and we can always bounce here towards the 3rd base. DaSh is going to be stuck on 1 base economy. There is that Nidus on the low ground. Sure, we can't get up in the natural, but that doesn't really matter. It's not about the natural, it's about the 3rd. And DaSh has realized that he needs to stop this. Up. Oh, and it looks like he will deny the next Nidus, but we have another where that came from. And here we go. The main has been completely annihilated. And MeomaikA is looking to do the same to the 3rd. Oh, the creep. Creep is being spread behind this. We are droning, by the way. Macro opener. We are droning behind this. Again, containing a DaSh to 2 bases. MeomaikA is looking to transition. There we go. The Lings getting another full surround. And we just can't do anything about it. There's no tech. There's no Stargate. There's 1 Oracle. Sorry, 2 Oracles that are zooming across the map to try and find some damage, but there is a Queen. Only 1 Queen, though, so these Oracles, they can get some drone kills. Oh, this Spore is late. Lings rushing back home, or looking to find something else. Oh my god, and the drones are falling left and right here. 5, 6, 7, 8 drones going down. That's insane. The Queens finally arrived, but a little bit too late. 10 drones for 1 Oracle. Well worth it. DaSh is still in this. He has a comparable economy to MeomaikA, but because of all this creep, we can't expand. It's just not happening. We even have a Spore. Why do we have a Spore? Ay, ay, ay. We're going to be waiting for a revelation, but unfortunately we used a lot of energy across the map to kill workers. It was one or the other. You either kill workers or you expand, and he chose to kill workers instead. So he doesn't have energy to revelate and clean up all this creep. And meanwhile, the Lings are here on the front lines looking to threaten their way in. Link speed is finishing up in a couple of seconds. And once again, you know what this does? This forces the pulsar beam. Another Nidus on the way. Yeah, there we go. No revelation. This is so smart. Because MeomaikA is being so aggressive, he's not allowing this Oracle to ever revelate, which means we're still stuck on 1 base. We just can't expand. Here we go. We do finally have an observer. Finally, we have detection. The main will eventually be reclaimed by the Protoss. That's why we have the Spore. If the observer flies too close, it's gone. There's that Job Lord we were talking about earlier. Overlord speed on the way, so it looks like MeomaikA is going to be going for a Queen drop. He's going to be moving out across the map for a follow-up push here to try to end the game. This natural base is looking pretty fortified. We've got 2 shield batteries, we have Robo, Temple Archives, Twilight Council. We have a lot of tech to work with, just not the best economy. That's the problem. Like, we can't really make use of this. We can't really morph in too many Archons or too many Immortals. We do see the Oracle threatening to come in towards the main. And we're dropping. It's interesting because I don't think we even need to, like, we have, the Nidus is still up, by the way. Like, we can get across the map faster with the Nidus. But, you know, this is hashtag style points. The Queens wanted to take the scenic route. You know, they wanted to look at the steam vents, look at the grass, look at the trees, you know. Living their best life. Let's go. As they're going to be dropped straight into the main base, Ling's still threatening that front line, still threatening that natural. Queens do drop in. No creep though, so we can't transfuse. Oh, we got to be careful. There we go. We do pick up in the end. We do evacuate to save those queens. Just have to be careful. As across the map, MeomaikA has been droning. He's got his third base up and running. He's getting his fourth and working on his fifth. He has so much map control. He can see any move out because of the creep as well, so he knows that he is safe to drone. He drones a little bit, but not too much, because it's MeomaikA, okay? We drone in bursts. We don't ever, drone heavily. As we now have a standing Roach Army, 1-1 about to finish up here. A solid timing for MeomaikA. Roach speed is complete as well. Now he's looking to dive on in. He's looking to try and surround this army. Yo, that speed boost by the creep. Let's go. He is going to be able to get us around. No Ravagers, unfortunately, but regardless, he's going to be able to just power through the Gateway Army. The Archon goes down. Oh, we do have it overcharged, but a little bit too late, and the DPS is just too damn high. We don't care about the overcharge. Oh, the Immortal's barely going to be able to survive, but we don't care about the Immortal. We focus down the Cyber Core. Oof. As we push on forward, the overcharges run out. The Queens get dropped. Let's go. The Queens do get dropped here to help support, help transfuse. And MeomaikA has too much here. GG gets called, and MeomaikA takes the first series 2-0. Ooh, GG. Congratulations. Oh, it feels good to cast. It's been too long. It's been actually far too long since I've casted MeomaikA. I miss him, Papi. I miss him. Miss him dearly. GG, well played. Congratulations to MeomaikA as he takes the series. My condolences to DaSh. I do think he played quite well in game one. I think game one was really solid from him, and there were moments when MeomaikA, he was sweating a little bit. Like, MeomaikA was concerned for his life. I'm really, really happy with how DaSh played in that first game on altitude. Again, just maybe pushing out a little bit prematurely towards the end of the game when maybe wasn't the wisest to do so. But regardless, MeomaikA still put on a good showing, still came out on top, and I hope DaSh isn't too upset with his performance here. I would love to see more DaSh in the future. Game 2 was a little bit more memey, like... Game 2 was just unfortunate because DaSh was never able to scout the tech. He never saw the lair at the natural. He wasn't able to go in with his Oracle and confirm what was going on. So yeah, it was just a really, really... it's difficult when your opponent is cheesing and it goes unscouted, right? Like, that was like best case scenario for MeomaikA. DaSh had no idea what was happening until the Nidus popped. With that, congratulations. We're going to be following MeomaikA into his next series. Good boy.